Why, hello there, friends, family, and everybody in between. This is Dylan from Alter Universes bringing you another round of Modern. On the left, we have Dan Giasanti playing Dimir Control. Just kidding. It's Dimir Mill, aka Actual Library Control. And on the right, we have Shakabendo playing Rakdos Scam, which he referred to as Library Control, but he's playing its Mill, and Mill is quite literally controlling the library, but that's not the point. This is round 3 of our MTG Modern Store Championship that we held on August 13th. If you're wondering why we're posting this content so late in the month, that's because I was away on vacation and was not able to get... is it really a vacation? It's a card game trip. Anyways, I was away and missed a Monday for locals. So, what happened was... I recorded this, or had this recorded, so I could commentate it now. I planned in advance. I didn't want to abandon you. You know? Look at you. Look. Aha. Yeah. So, this was our store championship. We had, I believe, I want to say 20-some players for this event. It was... The store championships always have a little bit lower of a turnout than we'd expect. Like, our 1Ks and RCQs are huge, but our store champs no one really comes out for. Sometimes they're on weird days. Like, this is a Sunday. I was actually playing in this event. I lost round 2 to Dan. He milled me out pretty good. I was on Amulet Titan. But it was a really good match. We went to game 3. It was very close. There is Jace, the completed one, the perfected mind from Phyrexia All Be One. I know too many card names, it appears. Working at a shop will do that to you.
16 is on 3.
Right, so you know at least the deck on the right. That's Rakdos Scam. That is the deck that won the Pro Tour in Barcelona. It is the boogeyman of the format, the scary deck. Mill, just doing its little thing. Usually plays some crabs. It's got Fractured Sanity. Other key cards like the thing that mills 13. If Archive Trap. I was like, they have to search. What the hell is it? And then my favorite card in the deck, which is slowly becoming less and less played as a 4 of, is Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Mostly because the format is not as smooth CMC costed as it used to be. When Modern Horizon 2 first came out and everyone was playing Grixis Death Shadow with Lurs, let me tell you, Tasha's Hideous Laughter hosed some decks. When the overall curve of a deck was centered around 2s, Tasha's milled a shit ton of cards. It was phenomenal. There's a Surgical Extraction here. Now, this is a matchup that I actually don't know who's favored at all. Mostly because there's not like a ton of data on mill in the current format. I can imagine if Shaka does the Rakdos, like the scam thing, he just gets it, right? Like, most decks can't beat scam doing the thing it wants to do. Now, there is always, mill could just do mill things. Like, if you double crab and you can mill people 12 cards on turn 2, it's pretty good. And then you have, like, Visions Beyond to draw 3 at certain points of the time. And there's a lot of good stuff that you have access to. Subtleties, good card. Can the Subtlety and Invoked Grief. Not amazing, but the thing you can do. Use 2 for 1 each other, and you hope he doesn't have another black card to pitch to it. Alright. Jace has fallen. There's a Fractured Sanity. Going to cycle it. Each opponent mills 4 cards, and then Daniel will draw a card. That's the card that killed me in game 3. I believe that is a Minama? Scold Water's Edge? My guess. I could be wrong. Fractured Sanity here, getting cycled once more. Milling 4 more cards and drawing a card. Fragment attacking it. Hits an Archive Trap. Hardcast to Grief. Pops the treasure. Takes the only non-land in Dan's hand. Which was another copy of Jace, the Perfected Mind. Which is actually a pretty cool card. He played it against me in the one game. And I kind of forgot what it had done. Like, it's been a while. The card came out. I thought it was pretty cool when it came out. And then it just, like, picked up no traction at all. But it is a 4 CMC Planeswalker, but you can play it for 3 mana if you take 2 damage because of Phyrexian mana. 2 because it's completed. +1 until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -3, -0. -2, target player mills 3 cards. Then if a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 cards. Otherwise, you draw 1 card. And then -X, target player mills 3 X times. If you pay 4 mana for it, it comes into play with 5 loyalty counters. If you pay 3 mana for it, it comes into play with 3 loyalty counters. So, pretty cool. Game 1 went to Shaka. I missed apparently the ending of that while reading the card. So, Dan leads on land into Ruin Crab. This is the one from Zendikar Rising.
This is the one that doesn't target. Or the one ring, by the way.
Yes. Thoughtseize. We see a Visions of Beyond and an Archive Trap. The rest of the hand consists of Udawara, basic land, and probably fetch land. Basic island. He had the mana symbol covered, and I honestly could not tell if it was a swamp or a island.
Yeah, but this draws a card.
Takes the trap, leaves Divisions Beyond. One of those is much more immediately impactful than the other. So I was like, Fatal Push is land for turn, card for turn.
Give me 3.
Plays Scalding, mills 3 cards.
We'll make it 6.
Going to fetch, which will mill Shaka 3 more cards. Y'all remember when Hogak was a thing in Legacy? Y'all remember when Hogak was a thing in Modern? I'm talking about the deck that is like super falling off in Legacy. I haven't seen Hogak in like a year and a half.
Level 3, Feign Death, Pathway,
Like Modern Horizons 2 came out and the deck was around for like, I don't know, 5 months or so after that, and then it just disappeared. I don't really know what happened. If anyone plays a ton of Legacy, let me know what happened to Hogak in the comments. It would be much appreciated. I like learning things. Shaka plays a swamp as land for turn. Or fetches, at least. Has a swamp. Does Fatal Push the crab? Dan says, sure, that resolves. Play a monkey, pass the turn. Fatal Push the monkey.
yeah, I think I kind of have
Play Visions, draw a card.
untap.
Picks up a Stone of Eric,
See it.
a wretch.
Stone.
This card, pretty good against Scam. If a creature your opponent controls would go to the graveyard, is exiled instead. And I think you can tap it to exile the yards and draw a card. It's got the Relic effect.
I'll pass to you.
Is Relic the original one that had the sack, exile yards, draw card thing? His cup of coffee is kind of mid. I'm very upset about it. I was so excited to like be home and be able to make my own coffee because I spent a weekend in Vegas paying $4 for like a cup of very mediocre black coffee.
Full mastery.
Multiple times each day. Reading this card that I do not remember the name of it, but it's pretty cool. It's either 4 mana or you can pay one black. It's a kill spell, and if you pay one and a black, your opponent draws a card. So usually not something you want to do. Why would you want to give your opponent resources? Except Dan's trying to run you out of your deck. He's trying to control that library, so you want him to draw cards. Dash Recommend returns to the hand. Dan got a fetch here.
I'm gonna need some gas.
Gets an island.
I don't want to give away my stone. It's such a cool card. Yeah, it's pretty good. Too bad it's legendary, so it's like. I did not even know that. I found it the hard way. But no, but like, you kind of want to run multiple because it's just such a good turn 1 on the play against scans. Like the cut before I draw.
Field of Ruin. Land for turn.
Pass.
Says go. Ooh, a Blood Moon being cast here.
Stack.
Dan could just float a ton of mana. Bounce the moon. If he so wishes. He also could just Field of Ruin
Yeah, I'm gonna Field of Ruin your. No.
and get an island off of that.
Mana to cast Ragavan Heart. You probably have a mountain. No, you wouldn't have used your treasure. That resolves. Okay.
Cool. Floats the mana. Then Odawar's, or channels Odawar to bounce the moon back to hand. Finds a crab. Okay. Makes the Field of Ruin play much better.
Field of Ruin.
Decides to snap off the Field of Ruin. Hits the
It's a basic.
Blackleaf Cliffs.
Not optional, and I'm gonna get 3 cards.
I don't think Shaka plays a basic mountain in this deck. So has to go get a swamp here. Both players getting swamps. The crab gonna mill 3 cards.
Interesting. Three cards, please. 3 cards, please.
Will land for turn, mill 3. Dan gonna take a little look at the graveyard, see what we got there. Probably give it a count, see if Vision's Beyond draws 3 cards yet. Counting it. Also probably getting a check of cards in deck.
17, 18, 19. Yeah. 24. So 41. I'll pass to you. Get it? I'd love to see it. I'm gonna stone targeting myself.
Okay, we'll sacrifice the stone here. Exile the yards.
Draw a card.
Draw card.
Untap. Draw.
Gets a Fractured Sanity. Now, if he casts it, Shaka will mill 13 cards.
Crab.
Another crab.
Float a blue. Bounce this back to hand. Land for turn 6.
Oh, it's a Borab, House in the Clouds.
Drew a card. Milled
The one that bounces.
7.
So Shaka, gonna mill 6 here.
4.
That makes more sense for mill.
34. No, I'm gonna.
Casting Fractured Sanity. Gonna mill okay, just cycling it instead. We'll draw a card. Draws another cycle Fractured Sanity. Shaka mills 4 cards from it.
Go ahead. You mill before probably off on my. There you go.
Blood Crypt. Land for turn. Blood Crypt. Bloodstained Mire.
You moon here.
My brain is fading, apparently.
How many cards are in my library? I have 29 now. 29? Which is possibly correct.
Cut me 1 or 2 off. But
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
general range.
Yeah.
Shaka probably contemplating on casting that Blood Moon again. Because if he doesn't, Dan will be able to just pick up the
Stack.
Boro every turn and get 6 free things off of it if he doesn't pick up another land. You know, that's his draw for turn. Though, of course, there is always a concern with fetching here, because if your opponent has Archive Trap, you just turn it on for them.
The build in 03, right?
02, 03. This one doesn't target, this one does. The new one's better in every way. Sure.
Blood Moon coming out.
4 more?
Cycle in response. Draw a card, mill 4.
We'll see, it's really good because I can't just bounce that now. So it's still definitely worth.
Blood Moon resolve, gonna draw.
3 cards, please.
We'll play Visions.
I'm drawing 3 yet. Crab.
Crab.
9.
Mill 9 cards.
You should be at 15 in library if I know how to count, so. I will pass to you.
Bill's such an annoying playstyle.
I haven't had a single thought this entire game as well.
That's why I'd probably play that if I played Modern. Nothing, just play.
Crabs.
As long as I don't die, it doesn't matter.
Dan doing a little check on the deck here.
14. Correct. My number was correct.
Looks like we have anywhere from 15 to 20 cards left. Depends if they're double sleeved or not. We'll evoke a Grief here, pitching a Terminate. Taps 4 in response, delves 1, Murderous Cut. Shaka will Undying Malice. I'm going to show a Flood Strand.
I guess it's 1 more. Oh, big dice. There's a camera somewhere.
+1/+1 counter here.
Alright, well, pass. I'm just gonna concede.
9. Okay.
And Shaka just going to scoop it up. Dan will be taking game 2. We're back with game 3 just so quickly. Going to go Ragavan off of that Blackcleave Cliffs that is super washed out right now. Jesus.
Island crab.
The good crap.
Yep, go ahead.
Ruin Crab from Dan here. Was not the one running the camera.
So you mull down to 5, you choose, you're at 57.
I'll fetch.
Sure.
Do you have it?
I can't respond to the fetch. You haven't searched yet. Now I can.
Play Voidwalker.
Voidwalker. Voidwalker's fine. Tap.
Happy days.
Yes, sir. Well, don't speak too soon. Crab. 6. 12. That will be exiled with Voidwalker. Let me grab a swamp. Do I really care about Ragavan? No. I'm just gonna use the swamp, push the Voidwalker, and push is not exiled. You are good to go.
Ooh, double crab here for Dan. That's a big start for him.
I lost count again. Someone's using it on Magic Online, but it
Well,
just
yeah.
constantly says, "Yep." You had 18. What if the draw for Tane was archive?
Yeah.
It's not. Don't worry. My go? This is probably fine. 12 total.
Land for turn. Mill 6. Fetch.
Exile my
Mill 6 more.
Yeah, I'll go to 18. So I'm at 18. I'm gonna go down to 16. Cast Jace.
Right.
I will
Jace
just
coming out
plus
here.
Jace, make that an 0-2, and then pass.
Pluses on Dothy, making Dothy a 0-2. Dothy's a 3-2, right? 3-3? Oh boy. It's been a while.
Two deltas.
Has the ability to block Ragavan with the Ruin Crab because it's an 0-3. Drawn, I believe, is an 0-2. One of those crabs has a huge shell. The other one, not so much.
You fetch for pass turn. Okay. Untap. Draw. I guess I'll do this first.
Field of Ruin. Oh, huge here. Mill 6.
I'm actually think I'm gonna be fine if you want to kill Jace, attacking him with the Voidwalker. Mill 3, I draw 3.
We'll make Shaka mill more cards here. Gets to draw 3 in the process. Oh god. Picks up an Archive Trap. Is going to be able to Field of Ruin here.
I will cast
Is that another crab?
Crab.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I will
Field of Ruin.
targeting your
Blow up a land. We'll float red off of it most likely. Both players will search their library to get a basic here. Dan will then trigger the crabs to mill 9 more cards, and then he gets to free cast the Archive Trap because of Shaka being forced to search the library with Field of Ruin.
and then 9 cards once you're done shuffling. I should have game. I don't know yet.
What a disgusting turn. 6, 15, 28 cards were milled this turn.
I got another land.
If he plays the Archive Trap,
9. Yeah.
which I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah, GG.
No, it's actually 31 cards because Jace mills 3.
Good games.
And that is going to take the match. Dan taking it 2-1 with Dimir Mill over Shaka's Rakdos scam. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.